2, 1, and action. What is up, Travels with Buddy Nation? On the Travels with Buddy Station. Today, I'm going to do some biceps training, and we're going to do a little bit of unorthodox. Well, I don't know if it's unorthodox, but it is unorthodox for me because they're mostly like a gymnast style bicep training. These bicep exercises are really intense and they really work the bicep, right, bud? And you don't need much weight at all. I'm going to use, matter of fact, a very light weight, but I'm going to warm up with some pull-ups or chin-ups. I don't know what they call them. I'm going to have my palms facing towards my body when I do the chin-up. That way there it activates more of the bicep muscle. And then I'm going to do what is called an iron cross. It's like a pull down. It's like a cross. And you have your palms facing down. You bring and you keep your arms straight, but you don't lock out the elbows, but you keep your arms straight, and it really hits the bicep. Really gets that bicep muscle. And I'm going to do that on my cables, but that's a good exercise you can also do on the total gym as well. And another exercise I'm going to do is a front raise with the front raise hold. It really works the bicep. And again, I'm going to do that with dumbbells. I'm also going to do that on the total gym. And it's a really good exercise for the biceps. I've never done those before. You bring your arms up and you hold for a few seconds, and it really works the bicep. And you have your palms facing the ceiling when you're doing that exercise. And you really feel it in your biceps and your shoulders as well. Right, bud? Yeah, and I want to make sure Bud gets some camera time before I begin my workout, because today's going to be a nice day. And I will be taking him for a walk later, right, Bud? Because he's got to get some exercise. And I took him out a few times this week too, because we had some pretty good weather this week. So he got a chance to get some exercise. And he's an old guy. He's 13, so I got to make sure he gets plenty of exercise just like me, and he eats healthy too, because those are important elements of staying healthy, right, buddy? So taking walks, doing some strength training, and eating healthy, and getting a proper amount of sleep. You need to do all that stuff to remain healthy, especially as you get older. Because I'm going to be 54 in like a month or so. So I'm getting old too, huh, bud? So in the pull-ups that I do, I'm just going to do like half rep pull-ups, and I'm going to go for I'm going to try to get as many reps as I can comfortably. And another way to strengthen your body doing pull-ups is time under load. In other words, how long you're holding your body in that pull-up position, you'll also increase strength. So it's not just about how many repetitions you do, it's how long you keep your muscles under that load is what will build strength. This is why it's important when you're doing strength training. It's not just reps. Sometimes if you just hold the weight in a certain position for a few seconds, you're just holding the weight, you're building strength in whatever exercise you're doing, whether it's a bicep or tricep or whatever muscle you're training. If you're just, like, for example, doing the pull-ups, I'm going to do maybe half reps, and just because I can do more half reps than full reps, but my muscles will be under the weight longer for a longer duration. Therefore, it'll build more strength. Eventually, I'll do further range of motion, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, buddy? Yeah, buddy says that makes sense. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to warm up with some pull-ups for the biceps, or chin-ups, where I got my palms facing my body, because I think that hits the biceps more. And then I'll demonstrate the iron cross pull down for bicep on my pull down machine, what do you want to call it, right, bud? All right, so stay tuned. Okay, my first set is going to be a set of chin-ups, because I want to warm up the biceps. And I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm going to do like maybe half reps, because I want to do more reps. And I am working on my chin-up and pull-up regimen, so count along with me. I'll do as many as I can. I got 17, but I started off doing half reps, and then in the last few reps I tried to increase my range of motion. It felt really good, and a really good warm up for the biceps. I did those with my hands underhand as opposed to doing them with my palms overhand, because I think overhand kind of hits the back and the lats more. Underhand like this hits the biceps, and I think I might have a little more strength with the underhand than overhand, but for me they're close to being about the same. But stay tuned. Next I'm going to do some iron cross pull downs, really good for the biceps. Okay, next I'm going to do some iron cross pull downs for my biceps, and I only got 20 pounds on the cables, and it's a very new exercise for me. What you want to do with this exercise, you want to have your palms down and your arms straight across, and you just bring the weight down and bring your arms down. And I see a lot of gymnasts, they'll do this with their body weight. I couldn't do this with my body weight, especially right now. But if I practice doing this exercise for a while, who knows, maybe. But it really hits the bicep, believe it or not. And this is an exercise you can also do with power bands or on the total gym if you have one. So basically, I'm gonna do maybe 15 reps or so. Count along with me. Just bring your arms down to your side. Alright, I got 20, and I'll probably do another set. I'll put a little bit more weight on. But when you keep your arms straight like that, you really feel the bicep. Typically when I use these cables, I put on more weight, and I use it for the chest. My elbows are bent, I'm leaning forward, and I'm pushing down, and I'm working my chest and shoulders. When you're standing straighter up, and you're just bringing your arms down like this with your arms straight, it really hits that bicep. And it's a really good exercise. And next I'm going to do a similar exercise with dumbbells, so stay tuned. Alright, next exercise, I got 2 light dumbbells. Alright, and this is a forward raise. Again, I'm on a slight incline. I keep my arms straight, and it's a hold. I'm going to bring my arms out, and I just hold them in front of my body. Bring them down, hold them in front, and I'll do this for about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 reps. Hold. And you really feel this in the bicep. You really feel it. Actually, I could have probably went a little bit heavier on this exercise, but I'm just demonstrating it. But this is a really good one. I could feel it in my biceps, I could feel it in my front delts as well. So you want to hold it for about 3 seconds when you get to the top position. Yeah, I can really feel my biceps burning. Maybe do maybe 3 to 5 more reps. It's good if you squeeze your biceps when you get to the top position, along with the weight. You really feel it. Do one more. That is a really good exercise. I really feel that in my chest, my biceps, and my front delts. Really good. I mean, I had literally 5-pound dumbbells in each hand, and I got to tell you, I felt it in my biceps, my front delt, and I started my last couple of repetitions. I really started feeling it in my chest as well. I've never done those before, and these are exercises that are popular with like gymnasts. See those gymnasts doing those exercises, and a lot of those gymnasts, I don't think have really strong arms. And they do funky exercises like this. You don't need much weight. Again, this is the first time doing this exercise. So I'll eventually start adding a little bit more weight to that. But again, you don't want to put too much weight because you want to hold your arms out. And it's about having a certain amount of weight, having the weight under the tension for a certain amount of time. That's the key. If you got too much weight, you're not going to be able to hold it very long. So you use lighter weight, you can hold it longer, and you really feel it in your biceps. You don't have to lock your elbows out, but you want to keep your arms somewhat straight. It's a really good exercise. You got to give it a try. You don't need much weight. And you could do that exercise laying flat on the floor as well. And I think it's just more comfortable for me to do it on an incline. All right, next I'm going to do those two exercises on the total gym, so stay tuned. Okay, next I'm going to do the iron cross on the total gym. And what's good about doing this exercise on the total gym is that it engages the core as well, because I'm going to keep my feet, I'm going to raise my feet up, and I'm going to engage my core and my front hip flexors. And we'll see how this exercise feels on the total gym. Remember, you want to keep your palms downwards, and you want to keep your arms relatively straight, but you don't need to lock out your elbows, but you do want to keep your arms, pretty straight. And I'll go for about, I don't know, maybe 15 reps or so. Count along with me. Alright, I got 25 reps. That exercise felt, really good on the total gym. I think what I can do is with this, it actually felt kind of light on the total gym. I got 25 reps. I'll probably raise the seat up if I do that again. Do another set, or I can add weight to the total gym. So I got the weight bar, and I can add it to the bench slider to increase the tension on it. But exercise felt really good on the total gym because it engaged my front hip flexors and my core, as well as the biceps, and it also works the shoulders and the sides of the lats as well. It's a really good exercise. Again, usually when I do this exercise, I bend my elbows and I bring my arms forward, and it works the chest and the front shoulders. Bringing your arms straight down like that, it really engages the biceps. Really good exercise. You got to give it a try. Next, I'm going to do the front raise with the palms out to work the biceps, so stay tuned. Okay, the last exercise I'm going to do today is a front raise hold. I'm going to do this exercise primarily for the biceps. So I'm going to have my palms facing forward. I'm going to keep my arms relatively straight, but I'm not going to lock my elbows out, but they're going to be relatively straight. And I'm going to be sitting up on the total gym, and I'm going to bring my arms forward, and I'm going to hold for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then bring them down, bring them forward. And again, this is going to work the bicep. It's also going to work the front delt and the chest a little bit, but primarily the bicep. And this is a really good bicep exercise, believe it or not. And I'll do, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 repetitions. Count along with me. That was at about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. The key is you really want to hold it for a few seconds so you really feel the muscles working. Woo, I tell you, you hold that up front, really feel them. Woo. I'll stop there. I think I might have did 8 or 10 reps, but just holding it in front like that, you really feel it in your biceps, you feel it in the front delt, I really feel it in my chest too. The key is to hold it there for a good 3 to 5 seconds and squeeze your bicep while you're doing the exercise. I gotta tell you, that is a good one. These are exercises that I'm not used to doing. Typically when I do curls, I'm just regular bicep curls and curl bar, cable curls, whatever, pull-ups, chin-ups. But these techniques are really good for strengthening the bicep. And also, I know it's also the front delt and the chest pretty well too. You know, make sure you do that pause though. When you bring your arms out, you want to pause for about 3 to 5 seconds. That's the key when you're doing this exercise. And if you use too much weight, you won't be able to pause for that amount of time. So the key is use enough weight where you can hold the exercise for a good 3 to 5 seconds in between repetitions. Really good exercise. I felt a really good pump, really good burn in my biceps and my shoulders. Really good exercise. You got to give it a try. If you have a total gym, you can do that with dumbbells. Take a couple light dumbbells on an incline bench or even on the floor. Remember, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Remember to keep training, keep taking those walks, and have an awesome day.